Strategist and best-selling author Mia Redrick regularly meets with mothers to help them prioritize their busy lives.
So, one of the things that I found is that as a mom, we're no longer multitasking,
Invite your friends.
we're
Big
megatasking.
call today. Big call.
And isn't that true?
You are not going to want to miss this. I'm going to give it up. Hello, Anitra.
Whatever we do for ourselves is what we are giving to our family. I'm always ready to work out. So I always bring with me my jump
Invite
rope,
your friends, guys.
as well as my
Hearts,
resistance
please.
bands. Easy way to get your workout in any day, anytime.
I love the toolkit, Mia.
Can't wait to get it.
How about dads? Can dads have one too?
Absolutely. Dads create the best
You're gonna love this
toolkits.
call today,
The deal
Anitra.
is just be prepared for wherever you're
You're
going to
gonna
be that day
love
with
this
your
one
family
today.
to maximize the day. If you have ever said there are not enough hours in a day, you're going to love my next strategy called blending. Blending is when you are doing something for your children, looking for opportunities to do something for yourself. You guys, tell me, how are you already
Invite your
blending
friends,
in your
guys.
life?
Hearts,
How are
please.
you taking care of yourself while you're taking care of your children?
I have the best girlfriend who's a trainer who created a way in which we literally work out in her garage.
Wonderful.
While
Love
our kids
it.
play outside.
You're going to love this
We're getting me time, we're getting
scope
mommy
today,
time, and our
Anitra.
kids are just having a good time.
We've had over 283 self-care groups, and I think the power of the groups has been that moms have no judgment, just camaraderie. You have an opportunity to connect with other women
Thank you
in
for the
your
hearts, guys.
demographics of motherhood. And
Invite
I
your
firmly
friends.
believe that moms aren't
Tweet it
necessarily
out,
looking to
Facebook it out.
balance
It's
their
a
work
big
and
call.
their life. I think what we want more of is joy. Creating opportunities to experience joy on a daily basis in your life is the goal. The next time you and your family need a getaway, try a staycation.
Thank you for the hearts.
What I mean by that is explore in your hometown,
Thank you
play
for
a
inviting your followers.
tourist. This might be exactly
Thank
what
you,
your family
Anitra.
needs to refuel and reconnect, even in the middle of your busy lives. Remember, when mama's happy, everyone else is happy.
Now, when most people think of dating, they think of being
Thank you for the
single,
hearts, guys.
going out in the town. But when you're
'Cause you're gonna
married
be
with
writing
kids,
notes.
that's when the real dating fun should begin.
It sure is. Well, our mom strategist explains why and shares her rules of family dating.
This is something you've probably not thought about, but it's worked really great for me, and it is dating your family. And, because you have 6 children, one of the things that works terrific is to be able to date at home. And what I get a lot of my clients to do is to create a dating box, and in that box, you and your husband can put things that you want to enjoy together. Because sometimes we have opportunities to date our partners.
We'll get started
but we
in
don't
1
have a whole lot of
minute.
time. It might be you have 90 minutes, but by the time he has to go and get the movie or get a meal, the time that you would have spent together is gone.
Absolutely. It's a great thing. It's the best way to add value to a relationship is by dating yourself, your kids, and your spouse.
For Mother's Self-Care, Mia Redrick. Mia, thank you so much. Stand up, please. Pleasure. I really feel for this family. You did help them with some tips, but what can we all take away from this?
Well, Dear Time is such a simple way to build quality in your family time and to make self-care a reality every single day. It's simple.
So drop everything and read.
Drop everything and read. It will allow the kids to see mom and dad having some downtime, and it becomes part of the family culture, self-care.
So what about the fact that she has no time to herself? She sits in her car and listens to the radio and lies to her husband about where she is, just so she can have a moment to breathe.
So what we talked about was them giving one another permission without guilt and supporting.
Guys, invite your Twitter followers. We're getting started in 30 seconds.
They're a couple that wants to be together. They don't want to be apart.
Authors,
And so
speakers,
you can see
coaches,
that when they start to
bloggers.
date, just to dance together.
Come on,
they
it's gonna be
reconnect
good.
immediately.
I saw you covering your ears when that was happening. Why?
It's emotional.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Roxy,
Because
we get
I
ready to
love
get
my
started.
husband, and we all forget why we got married.
Here are my people. Aren't they adorable? Cut this off. Let me flip the camera. All right. I'm getting better with my flips. I'm getting better with my flips, guys. Let me see. Is my camera in there? All right. Hello. I'm Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and greeting you guys on this Monday. I support moms with life and business success. Now, I am so excited about this topic today. When I wrote out this topic yesterday of what I wanted to share, I was like, are they ready for this? Are you ready for this one? Because this is going to be a call that's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. So it's going to, the rest of your day, I'm going to tell you, your mind is going to be blown because I'm not holding back. I'm going to share with you, if you're an author, if you're a speaker, or you're a coach, if you've already thought about writing a book, you've always thought about it, but you haven't done it, or maybe you have a book and it's not selling, or you can't figure out how to move that book you've already written that isn't selling, right? You're going to love this. You're going to love this. You're going to love this scope, okay? Again, I am Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. Now, you can always check me out at miaredrick.com, Mia, M-I-A, Redrick, Redrick.com. And, here's my story for those of you who are just meeting me. I got started in business about 13 years ago. I wanted to combine my background as a trainer and my love of motherhood into a business. Now, I had a background as a corporate trainer, I didn't even know what coaching was, life coaching, business coaching, never heard of it. And I was advised that I'd never be able to make money combining my purpose and my passion. So if you have ever been told that, you're going to love my scopes because I understand that. And I learned that I bumped into a coach, actually, Terry Levine, who at the time was the second highest paid coach in the country. She's making $10 million a year, verified by ICF. And I ended up signing a 18-month coaching contract with her that changed my life. And in the last 10 years, I've been a full-time entrepreneur, my husband and I both. And I always feel like it's my responsibility to tell moms in particular that yes, you can take and create product with what you know. You can use online strategies to be able to make money from the comfort of your home. You can create a digital strategy to sell the things that you know. And when you do that, it's a wealthy way to be able to make money. So if you haven't heard how you can take what you know and to put it into programs and products and monetize those, then you're going to love the scopes that I create because all of them, that's what I like to talk about. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for the last 10 years. I'm the mother of 3 children. I have a 17-year-old. I have a 14-year-old. I have a 10-year-old. And I have hey, Francis, and I have a really unique story because about 5 years ago, well, 6 years now, years ago, my husband went on dialysis for kidney failure. And so he was in therapy 15 to 18 hours a week and kidney in therapy and dialysis therapy. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to always have options for myself. And I always say for moms or for any of us who are entrepreneurs that you have to build your well before you're thirsty, okay? Because I had built a business that was not based on my ability to perform, meaning I wasn't making money running from one speaking engagement to the next speaking engagement. Thank goodness for that. And I was making money passively through products. I could support my family when they needed me most. And I know that this will support most of you guys out here who are moms who are looking for ways to compound your time, to make money from the comfort of your home. See, I'm in my home office, right? And I know that so many of you want to be able to do that. And that's what I'm committed to coaching moms to show you how to do it. Okay, because that's how I built my business. Last year, my husband got a kidney transplant and he's doing wonderfully. And what was cool about that whole process was we never had to focus on anything other than what was most important, his healing. We didn't have to worry about getting back to work in 6 weeks or going back to a job in any way. We are free. We're full-time entrepreneurs and we own our time. And I think that is one of the greatest gifts you can have, and it's one of the greatest gifts you can give your family, right? So today's scope, right? Invite your friends because it's really going to be a great full call. Tons of nuggets. Grab your notepad. But do me a favor. Make sure, I know a lot of times when people are on my scopes, they like to write and they forget to tap the screen. So I'm going to need you guys to write and then I'm going to need you to tap. Okay? I'm going to need you to write, take notes, and then tap because it is going to be a full call. And if you've missed any of my scopes in the past, you can always catch me at katch.me and you can check out all of my other scopes and you're going to love those too. So just hang in there today, okay? Hang in there with me. Again, I'm Mia Redrick, the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Okay, I am so fired up about this topic. So the topic today is literally, how do you take your book or a book and position it to make big dollars in your business, okay? And I thought that, hey, Camille, good to see you. I thought that it would be really great for me to share with you some real strategies that not only have I used, hey there, but what some of my clients have done to be able to position their books in really unconventional different ways that maybe you haven't thought about. And maybe you're thinking about, maybe if you have a book, you've thought about selling that book one-to-one and you know, you haven't made a whole lot of money in your book and you can't figure out what to do, right? Because everybody says, hey, be an author, that's where it's at, but it's only where it's at if you see a return, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So there are 5, really I have 6 ways, but there are 5 ways that I suggest if you're an author that you position your book so you can make big dollars in your business. And I know that what I'm going to say to you is going to blow your mind. Yeah, it's a great topic. It's going to blow your mind because some of it you haven't thought about. But here's the coolest thing. Everything that I will share with you today, and I mean everything, I have done myself. Novel concept today, okay, I know. But everything that I'm going to teach you and I'm going to show you, I have done myself in my business, and I have coached my clients on how to do that. And I would say that if it's real, I should be able to show you that. Anyone that's working with you, if they've done it, they should be able to show it to you, okay? And if they can't show it to you, it's because it's not real. All right, with that, let me get started. The number one way to position your book to make big dollars, number one way, is to create products with your books, okay? So when you write a book, and I'll give you an example. When you write a book, this was my very first book here. Time for Mommy, 5 Essential Strategies for a Mother's Self-Care. I wrote this book, and right from this book, from the very beginning, one of the first things I did was I created a CD to go along with it. I actually created an audio. It was just me speaking a couple chapters of the book, and I began to create multiple products with the book. I have taken this book and created smaller versions of this book. And what that will do for you, if you have a book, is you might even have corporations and things like that, and I'll get into that in a minute, that want to buy the book from you, and they can private label, they can private label your book, right? It could be brought to you by. When I took my thoughts and put it into a book, one of the ways that I created a product, I did CDs with the book. This is another book of mine, which is Time for Mommy, 365 Daily Strategies for Mother's Self-Care. I took this book and I turned it into an online e-course, an online drip program that people pay me $97 a month for self-care strategies. And literally, the book is literally just daily. Can you see it? Daily strategies, and I took this book and put it into a course that people could then either buy the book or they could use it as a program. So one of the number one ways that you can monetize a book right away is take the book and turn that book into a program or a course or another product. All right. And I'm going to dig deep with that in a minute. It is a really terrific way to take a book that would normally sell for $14.99 or $19.99 and create a program with it. For example, this book, which is, my first book, this book now I've had over 283 Time for Mommy self-care groups nationwide, and a group in Australia and a group in Trinidad. And it's all using my self-care program that I came up with, and people around the world can use the program, right, as a turnkey system. So if you have a book, think about it for a minute. Is this supporting you guys? Think about it for a minute. Think about the other ways that people might get value from your book, right? Maybe it's a book club, but there's a membership for being a part of the book club because you're going to coach people who are using your book. Ha ha ha. Do you guys like it? Is this supporting you guys? I can't hear you. Okay, so, but this is so important to understand that the book alone is a business card. But when you take the book and you align it with a product, thank you so much. When you align it with a product that allows the person who's reading it to get more value, thank you so much. It allows that book to then systematically meet the needs of your audience that much more. And they get to know you more, right? They get to know you more. And so the way that I've gotten a lot of my coaching clients is through a lot of my self-care groups that I've hosted. 283 self-care groups from one little book. right? And each group on average has 4 to 9 people in a group. Okay, isn't that kind of cool? Isn't that cool? You can charge a fee for those. They can be corporate sponsored. So the second way that you can make money with your book, and I've done this too, is you can work with brands. Yep. Yes, you can. And I told you guys on my scope the other day that when I wrote this book right here, my very first book, I had only sold 3 copies, one to my mother, my aunt, and somebody else, okay? And so it was a new book. And I ended up getting a partnership with Panera Bread. I pitched to them this book to do a partnership with them. And that's how I got my first paid sponsorship, using this book right here. So for anyone that's ever told you that, you know what, you need to have, you need to be a New York Times bestseller. You need to sell like thousands of books. You need to build your credibility and your resume before these companies will look at you. They don't know what they're talking about, because that was not my story. I had only sold 3 books, and I had gotten my first partnership with a brand. What a brand wants from you is your content. They want great quality content, right? And there are lots of ways that brands will want to work with you. And if you don't know, you don't know. Now you know. Isn't there a song that does that? If you don't know, my rhythm's off, right? So if you don't know, now you know. How does that go? If you don't know, now you know. Okay, you know, because I just told you, all right? Don't forget to write, and don't forget to tap the screen and show some love, because this is good stuff. And I know that for the most part, you haven't heard anyone tell you this, because for the most part, nobody's done it, okay? If you don't know, now you know, okay? If you don't know, now you know, okay? So my kids always laugh at me because I'm like off. Like I know the song, but I don't know, my rhythm's off, okay? Unless it's a Lionel Richie song, which I'm Lionel Richie's #1 fan. And should you happen to know Lionel Richie personally, please communicate that to him, all right? I'll do it for you later. Okay, Aditya. All right, deal. Okay. All right. So you can work with brands, and the reason that this is so key for you to understand is brands want your content. See, what a brand does is what they do, okay? But they have a certain demographic that they're working with, and they're looking to get gifts, giveaways, right, for their target demographic. And if what you have in your message is something that they need, they will buy your content from you. All right, and pay you for it. Pay you. And the reason I like it also is because it allows you to sell your books in bulk. And what a lot of people try to do when they're selling their books, they think, oh, I'm going to do these book signings at Barnes & Nobles because it makes me feel really good, and it does. But you're only selling 40 books or 80 books at a time. So you're not making a lot of money. You've got to split with Barnes & Nobles, right? They're getting their 55%. So you're not making a lot of money. It looks good, but let's be real. Like at the end of the day, we're talking about money so you can feed your family. Money so you can pay tuition, right? Money so you can go on vacation, right? Money so you can have options. So it's not what it looks like, it's what it is, right? So I always like to be real about that. But if you're working with a brand is going to buy your books in bulk, right? Yeah. Well, that's how it is. That's you want to pay to play? That's the rule, baby. That is how it works, right? Okay, that's how it works, all right? And and it's an opportunity for them to distribute your books to people that would normally not have it, all around, right? So that's what the split is, but you're not going to make a lot of money that way, all right? So you need to understand that, and you need to come up with a strategy that allows you to sell your books in bulk. Brands are great. Corporations are great. I have another client's book I wanted to show you. He's so wonderful. Lessons from the Pro. He is Tim Sanders. He just recently passed, actually. One of my favorite clients. He did a golf book for children. And one of the things he did was he right away began to write proposals to school district to sell the book to middle school kids. And he got a bunch of books bought, thousands of books bought. He created a coaching program and a speaking program from his book, from a book. So he had speaking fees he was making, from the book, but also he was selling the book in bulk to the school district. It's a totally cool way to be able to monetize your message. Is this making sense? Is this connecting with you guys? Are you guys getting this? I see one color heart. That means there's like one person tapping the screen. Come on, guys, work with me, work with me, work with me. All right, because we want other people to come and know the truth. And I think so often people are telling you, look, you can be a #1 best-selling author. The reality is you can. For about 220 books or so on Amazon, maybe, you can be a #1 best-selling author. That's not going to make you rich. All right. You want to be a New York Times best-selling author? It's going to take, thank you so much. It's going to take about 11,000 books. Okay. Okay. Now I just told you the number. There we go. All right. Another thing that you can do, if you've never thought about it, is you can. So this is one of my clients. He's an attorney, Glenn Garnes. He wrote this book. Oh my, all the pink and green laughing out loud, right? 11K, yes. Hey, Samira. All right. So this book right here is one of my clients, Glenn Garnes. He's an attorney. And he wrote a book called Let's Not Be Partners, right? That's for those of you who decided that you needed to have a partner, and then you realized in the middle of it, like, I don't want to be your partner anymore, and you want to get out. Hey, good to see you, darling. All right, so what he decided to do, remember I was saying a great book allows you to create products. See, he took his book and created a CD series from the book. He's one of my book coaching clients. He created a CD from his book, okay? Isn't that cool? And so he sells them either as a set, okay, or he just sells a CD, depending on what people want. They can buy it from his website, okay, or you can buy it from some other online sources. So when you create a book and you create a product like this, brands sometimes want to buy the package. Like in his case, he could sell this as a program to attorneys that are dealing with people with partnership issues. Got it? Got it? Got it? Okay. Got it. Okay. You guys are getting this, right? Like, remember this here, my client, Tim, he was selling to school districts, right? He wasn't trying to sell that book one-to-one. Like, you want one? You want one? $10. You want one? $10. No, you're selling it in bulk. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it all day, every day. Okay. Another one of my clients, I wanted to share this with you, is he's a cutie pie. Charles Harris, you guys might know him. He is a celebrity fitness trainer here in Maryland. And his book is called I'm Too Cute to Sweat. You know how we can be. Too cute to sweat. All right, too cute to work out, right? You want a good workout, hey, all this stuff, okay? And so what he did was a 21-day program to jumpstart fitness for women. It started here, and then you could go to his gym and continue on with the program. Isn't it cool? So are you guys getting some great ideas here, okay? And that's the point, is that, you know, if you're going to create a book that sells, you got to come up with a niche way to show who you are. Mia, what do you recommend for my genre of books? Can I bulk sell? Yes, honey poo. You can, I would think about people, partners for you would be great attorneys. Samira Jones, let me tell you, is the bounce back strategist. She supports women who've been through like a major life change and they need to bounce back. Strategies, step-by-step formulas on getting your life back, okay? What I would suggest for you, and she's one of my core mom coaching clients, is for you to think about like attorneys, people who help you to bounce back. Divorce attorneys, giving out your book as a gift, honey poo. Giving out your book as a gift. They buy the books in bulk to give to their clients who need to bounce back. Do you see the alignment? Do you see it? Do you see it? You're welcome. That's a good one, right, Samir? Okay. All right. So what Charles did was basically took his fitness programs. This was a feeder. He used this as a business card to get more clients. Okay. To come to his gym and his programs. Very unconventional way to build your clientele, but it's really, really cool, right? So another one of my clients who's just written a book this year, Tawana Brown Smith, you guys got to check this book out. She's an awesome mom. Her website is Mom's Guide to Travel, but the book is Mom's Guide to Saving Money on Family Travel. Yes, divorce attorneys and family counseling services. Anitra is saying to you, Samira, totally, right? But check out Tawana's book. Now, she is a world-class traveler who is a mom who supports families with building incredible vacation experiences. And she thought, I'm going to show you how to save money. It's a gorgeous book. Lots of, you can see here, tips for us moms. And what she did this for was as a way to boost her credibility in the travel space, because she needed to have a book because she's traveling and a lot of brands are paying her to travel for multiple places, and she positions the book with them to buy it to give away to their target demographic, who are her clients and their clients, right? Families who are visiting the resorts. So you can use a book to also position yourself as an expert. Very, very important to improve your credibility in your industry, to allow you to be able to go on talk shows or local news to talk about tips and travel. And Tawana's done a really good job with that. She has, with the local news here in Maryland, she has done a segment, I think for the last 4 months, a segment of 2 each month about family travel tips. And you know what? When she wrote her book, she felt like, hey, I could get out there and now have this book and I can share a tip from my book on the news. That's number 3, right? You can use this book to get tons of advertising in local news for free because now you're telling your story. Okay, does that make sense? You're telling your story. Your story's here. You get to tell the world because it's in a book. Is this resonating with you guys? I'm going to just take a minute. And you guys tell me, is this information helpful to you? Is this information helpful to you? I'll wait. Yes, okay. Anybody else? My story needs to be on the big screen. Ha ha. It does need to be on the big screen, and you can always take your book and you can always hire someone to write a screenplay for it. So totally, yes, okay, totally. Great. All right. Another thing that you can do is another one of my book coaching clients, James Cooper. Local news. Do you ask them to feature your book? Yes. You tell them you've written a book in your pitch. Yes, you're wearing my top. Is this your top? You like this top? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm glad you like it. Okay. You can have it. Okay. You can have it. All right. So here, this book here is from Crackers to Caviar. And this book is a great book written by one of my coaching clients, James Cooper. He is a minister. He's a minister, and he decided that he wanted to do a guide for personal development. He uses this book as part of his speaking platform, and he travels literally around the world to speak and share his message, he and his wife. And so you can use a book to get your message out there. Who would you book sell to if your book is about picking a marriage partner? Picking a marriage partner. Oh, are you kidding? A marriage partner? What about those dating services out there? Don't you think they need books? Don't they seem like they're in alignment with your message? Right? That's what I would do. So whatever the name of those dating services are, that's what I would do. I would go, that's where I would start. Matchmakers, totally, right? Anybody in that space. Good response, Mia. I agree. All right. So he used his book to actually, build his speaking platform and his consulting practice. And I just want to say that, you can use books in a lot of different ways. Thank you guys so much. Mia, you are so on target for creative ideas. That's what I do all day, every day. Okay, remember my background is in training and development. What I understand is content, how to position content so corporate brands want to buy it, use it. And if you're into that, then you're going to love everything that I scope about because it's real. And I understand that. That's my genius zone. That's what I like to talk about. Okay, another thing that you can do is you can do book tours. And this one, I thought I would pull this client's book. Okay, it's such a cute cover too, right? Soul to Soul. Can you guys see this? Melissa Evans Hughes, who is a dear friend of mine. She's also been one of my coaching clients. She's one of my book coaching clients, and she is a high-level coach. She coaches me. I coach her. We just share the love. But the fact of the matter is, Soul to Soul, how to identify your soul purpose. Melissa did a around the world tour. She did an around the world tour with her book. Went to cities like Dubai, and she went to I think Japan. Dubai, Japan, Ukraine, the Caribbean, I forget the other places, but she did an around the world tour with her book. And she had ambassadors in each of these locations, and it was really cool because what she talks about is how to her business is called Live Rich and Spread Wealth. See, we're into living rich and spreading wealth. And what that means to us is that wealth, you own your time. That wealth, that means you can travel the world when you want to travel the world. Wealth means that you can be there for your loved ones in the way that you need to be, right? And so that's what her book is all about. I was her book coach for this project. Really, really happy. She's a #1 Amazon bestseller. So I just want to say that. Okay. All right. So you can use your book also. You can do, Amazon campaigns, or you can and become a #1 bestseller and create something newsworthy and a buzz around your book to get people to, to support your movement, right? So she used her book to create a movement, which is the Soul to Soul, Live Rich, Spread Wealth movement. And she's incredible. You guys need to check her out. Another thing that you can do with your book is, you can partner. This is one of my books, okay? This is another one of my books. This is Finding Time to Care for Me, A Nurse's Guide to Self-Care. Am I a nurse? Anybody know me to be a nurse? So I decided to co-author this book with a nurse, okay? And to lend my self-care strategies, and she lent her expertise as a head nurse, and we co-authored a book to get into the hospital space to be able to support more nurses with self-care. So you can write a book and you can partner with someone so you can get in front of a specific demographic. See this? Yes, Camille. Yes, because you are a nurse. See that? There you go. And so I co-authored the book using my system and formula with someone who had expertise that I did not have, and she did not have a message that I had, and we combined it, right? So to get in front of a certain demographic. There you go. How you like it? You liking it? Okay, is this supporting you guys? Like, really, I like to play, but I'm serious about content because it's changed my life and it's given me options, and it's allowed me to make money passively, and it will allow you to make money passively also. And I always say that it's so important that you see real examples. All the books that I've showed you today, these are all my clients. So they're not like, I'm not like, I help people write books and you don't see any books. Kidding me? No, real people. Judge Judy. No, Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. Okay. Another thing that you can do is you can write a book and you can leverage that book with your coaching program. So let's say you currently have a coaching program and you want to reach more people outside of your coaching space. You can write a book about what you've been coaching about. And one of my clients who just released a book, she's bad to the bone, Lisa Lauder. You guys need to check her out. Look at this cover, girl. Is this not gorgeous? Isn't this gorgeous? Well, this is one of my favorite looking books. But Lisa just released this book. She is she's a sales and business coach, and she's phenomenal in the social media space. She's exceptionally successful, and her goal is to be a #1 New York Times bestseller next year. So the book was literally just released on Kindle.